Hello. Is everyone understanding what I'm saying? Like, okay. So you, hmm. so as a Java developer, won't it be a nice thing that there should be someone who will create the table and write the query for me? Hmm? So now, everyone, welcome to Hibernate. So today we'll start with the Hibernate, and what happens in Hibernate is that Hibernate is an ORM framework. Okay, ORM framework. So what does an ORM framework means that? So before in JDBC, we were sending our data into the database. Oh, no, I'm not sharing anything right now. I'm not sharing anything right now on the screen. That's why it's not visible. Okay. Hmm. So what is an ORM framework is that? See, before in JDBC, how we were sending the data? We were sending the data in the form of a query inside a string object, right? So we were sending like one we were sending one object, like one value at a time. For an example, if you wanted to add the ID, name, email, and age of the student, if you wanted to add these things to the database, then how we used to do it that we had to write insert query inside the string, crt insert into student, where oh okay, values equals to id, name, email, and age. So this was the way we were doing it before, right? Now, w- what does ORM does is that it says if you want to use, if you want to insert the value, if you want to remove the value, if you want to delete the value, if you want to update the value, you don't have to write the query. I will do that for you. And what's the actual theory of ORM? O O R M is that in this ORM framework has a means that it will take an object. We have an object, and it is the ORM framework is going to map the object in a database. Meaning, before we were sending the value in the form of string, string and the string. Now, in in our ORM framework, we will send it in the form of an object. And ORM framework is going to take the object and then say map it into the database. ORM framework can only work with a relational RDBMS. So the full form of ORM is Object Relational RELATION Relational Mapping MPPING mapping. So this is how an ORM framework works. Hello, can't hear me properly? Okay, so you are hearing, you all can hear a song in my background. Is that what it is? Okay. Actually, the thing is, do you all know BBMP vehicle? Does everybody knows about the BBMP vehicle? BBMP. Yeah, that vehicle came. So when that vehicle comes, it, yeah, yeah. Anyone was it? Yeah. So hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you want to say
Hello.
something?
No, sir.
Hello, Ashok. Can you hear me? Okay. You can't hear me, or you don't want to say anything. Okay. So now everybody understood about ORM framework. How does an ORM works? Hello. Okay. So
Hello, sir.
yeah, Jit, tell me.
Sir, please explain, sir, ORM, why you use ORM and how to.
How to don't like right now. Don't think how we are going to map our object with relation database. That I will teach that. What my question is, have you understood what is an ORM? Like how does what is the basic theory of an ORM framework? Like
Yes, sir,
so the
basically.
basic theory of an ORM framework. Like for example, the basic theory of a Java JDBC was that. So in JDBC we had three things. Yeah. In JDBC we had three things. Our Java program, JAVA, our Java program, our JDBC, and then our database. Okay. So now what we used to do is we used to write our codes in Java. That was taken by JDBC Java code, and it was changed to SQL. Then from database we used to get our the values or data in queries, and then JDBC used to convert it into Java understandable language. And to send the data, we used to have to write SQL query inside a string. Everyone knows this, right? Everyone remembers this, writing SQL query inside a string object. Is there anyone like who don't know that we were writing SQL query in string object? Yeah, that's what. So everyone knows that we were writing like insert queries, queries inside a string object. inside string object. So, but now my question is, as we all are a Java developer, right? As we all are a Java developer, why to write a query? Like, why to write SQL query? Because I'm a Java developer, and I feel bored to write queries, creating a table, and then giving creating tables, giving table name, column name, column name, and then what do we do? We give constraints. So select this thing. I don't want to do this because when you go to a, like for example, you when you go to the industry, like you are in an industry, okay? In the industry, you don't even have to configure your Maven project and all. It all will be done and it will be given to you like that. So that's why you'll feel like I don't even want to create all these things. Then so this this was a problem that Java developers were making. It was not that they were facing it. Now they were making these issues by saying that we were not. I don't want to do all this like that. And as we all know, developers are very lazy. So they developed a framework. They developed a framework that makes their life easier. And that framework is an Hibernate framework. Hibernate. Hibernate framework. Hibernate is an ORM framework. ORM means Object Relational, RELATIONAL, relational mapping. So what does an object relational mapping means? We have a Java program. We have a Java program. Now instead of sending object, string object, we are sending an object, just an object, normal object, 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 and that object is taken by like, it's taken by ORM framework like Hibernate in our case, Hibernate in our case, and then it is converted into the data and then mapped and saved it to the database. Okay, so this is our DB. Everyone knows the symbol of DB. Now, what it does actually is, for an example, let's take the example of a student only. So we have a student, student. We have a student, right? So student has an ID, student has a name, a student has email, and then a student will have an age. So that's what we have done in our JDBC, right? With this simple example. Now we will do this. We will create the object of student. We'll give this ID, name, email, and age values. And then we'll create a student table, student object, student object. And student object will have one, and then as name as email as the and age is 29, like that. So now our ORM framework will create a table. It will create the table by our variable name, ID, name, email, age, like that. So it will be ID, age, email, and name. It will be like this. And then this ID will go in here. So it will be mapped to this one. Name will be mapped to name column. Email will be mapped to email column. Email here. Email age will be mapped to age column. And all the, like, this is an int type. This is int type. This is varchar, and this is also varchar. These things will be taken by the data type of our variables. So we have an int over here, string over here, email string over here, and then int over here. And these are the one which will help to set the data types. Now everyone, is there anyone who has any doubt now till now, like how ORM works? Not how ORM, like what is ORM? Everyone understood what is the ORM now? Okay. So can anyone give me a small? Can everyone briefly explain what I just said? Can anyone briefly come to the mic and briefly explain what I just said? Yeah, sure, sure. Saurav. Hmm. No, no, Saurav. You are not audible. Hello. Yeah, you are not audible, Saurav. Okay. Vishita, hello. Vishita, are you there? Vishita. Hello. Vishita, are you there? Okay. Can you come to the mic and explain what just what is ORM? What is an ORM framework?
ORM,
Okay.
ORM
No
basically
issues.
stands for,
Yeah, Ajay, do you want to explain like what?
yes, yes, sir. ORM stands for Object Relational Mapping, sir. That is another name of Hibernate.
Mm-hmm.
It is a communicate with
No, 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 not Hibernate. Yeah,
it's like
ORM just like ORM is a, what we call it, is a frame. It's not a framework actually. It's a theory. Like it's a, so ORM basically works with the object and it maps the object with the ORM framework. And Hibernate is a one of the
Sir,
framework which
ORM
follows
is a
ORM theory.
architecture, right, sir?
of
Architecture,
Hibernate.
yep, exactly.
Hibernate take care of
Hmm.
mapping Java classes to database.
Actually, okay. Hmm. So actually, what it is that so in ORM is an architecture, and in just I think pen is not working. Okay, so ORM is architecture, and inside there are like so there are like the okay. So ORM is an architecture. Hello, like just give me a minute, okay, guys. My pen is not working. Okay, yeah, Ajit, you were trying to explain something. Just explain once more.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hello, Ajit, can you hear me?
yes, sir. I'm audible, sir.
Yeah, yeah, you were trying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, yes, sir. Basically, Hibernate uh, takes care of mapping the Java classes, sir, to database tables, sir,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
with the help of some with the help of some
Uh,
Java code lines of code, sir.
okay. Uh, so the way Ajit, the way you are saying is, it feels like it's not clear, like what ORM does. Okay. So what ORM does is that ORM takes our like object and it takes the object and it maps to the database. It's as simple as that. Just always remember it. How does an ORM work? ORM works in the form of object. So from Java program, it will accept the object and it will convert it into database understandable queries. And then from database, it will take the data and then it will convert it into Java understandable language. Okay, everyone got that right? So in so it's not that okay. Let me check what you said. Mhm. ORM is a tool which creates query object. Yeah, actually, Ignat, what happens is that it takes the object and then into internally it's going to convert it into database understandable language. So now in ORM, like ORM is a you can call it as a tool, architecture, but I prefer calling it as in theory, THE or a theory, because we have a frameworks like Hibernate, BERNATE, Hibernate, I, Batis, Django, JPA, JPA, and many more. These all are the frameworks which works on ORM theory. ORM theory or ORM tool or ORM architecture. So if you call it as a ORM tool, architecture or theory, everything will be correct. So for this, we are not going to work with this. What we are going to do is we are going to work with Hibernate. You can say so, like you can say that we will implement JDBC with ORM. So what actually happens is that we are going to work with Hibernate, okay? We are going to work with Hibernate, but Hibernate internally works with JDBC. We have a Hibernate. At inside Hibernate, it will follow the JD. It will work with JDBC, and then it will get the task. So, if everyone is clear with the theory, let's see one example program, right? Is there anyone who have any doubt with ORM before going into a program? Okay, so let's start with. Okay, you want Sachin? You want to repeat me again? Okay. So yes, Sachin. Okay. So I'll give us what is an ORM framework. Okay, like ORM tool. So before this, what we were doing is we were working with JDBC, J JDBC. So one my pen is not working properly. Okay, we were working with JDBC. So what was happening in JDBC is that we had in JDBC was coupled with our Java program and it was connected to the database. So in JDBC, it was taking the string object from the Java program and then it was converting into the queries, SQL. As we were working with relational database, so it was converting into SQL. Then it was taking the SQL queries and then it was converting into the Java understandable objects or yeah, Java understandable object like int, boolean, and so it was converting into int, boolean, and result set, and yeah, int this much like JDBC was converting the SQL into this three things. Okay, so we all are good with this. We all already know this. Now, what is the advantages of ORM tool? Is that now we don't, but now we don't have to write a query. So before in JDBC, we were sending a query as a string object to the JDBC. Now we don't have to do that. Now the Hibernate framework is internally going to write the query and going to save the data. And before in JDBC, we had to create the table. We had to create the. We have to give the data name, table name, data type, set the constraint. Now in our Hibernate, we don't have to do that. Hibernate program itself does it for us. So it will create an object. It will take the object. So ORM framework will take the object and it is going to map it into the database. So that's how like that's what our ORM framework does. Okay, understood? So now let's see an example program. How does an ORM framework works? Like how does an ORM framework functions? Okay, so I don't want anyone to do anything. Just look at the screen and observe what I'm doing. Okay, this is very important. Mhm. I will create a database name Hibernate 1.1 because I can't do that. So I have Hibernate underscore one. I will do this. I'll create a database called Hibernate underscore one. Everyone just so you have an error in your SQL syntax. So let me see what is my error. Yeah, nothing. So my database is created. So here, can you see my database? I will just copy the name of my database. So I copied the name. Now I will open my Eclipse. Now I'll just create a new Maven project. So my new Maven project, MLVEN Maven project. Create a new Maven project. Right now, I'll just create a simple project. Okay, till now we'll create a web app after this one. After Hibernate, when we are working with our servlets, we'll use a web app. So we have a group ID. Let's give com.py artifact ID. I want everyone to give artifact ID as
Hello, sir.
Hibernate. Wo- Hello,
Yes, sir. We can take another name of a
Hibernate
group ID,
first.
sir.
Yeah, we can take any name, any name.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm just taking this because so that everyone's program is like
Yes,
looks
sir.
similar to each other, so they can interchange their code also.
That's good.
Hibernate first. Okay, so now finish. Our project is created over here. Now everyone look at the screen very have a good focus on the screen. Okay, so everyone has seen this, so there is no problem for this to explain. Now to work with our Hibernate, we need two dependency. DEPEN dependency. We need two dependencies. So we'll go to our browser. We'll go to our NVN repository. We'll go to our Hibernate core. HIBERNATE Hibernate core. Hibernate core. So over here we will use the version which has the most users. So 6.0.2 version number 6.0.2 final version has the highest number of users. Okay?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello. So we'll just go into this one and then copy this dependency. Copy it and then paste it. Everyone has seen this, so there is no problem doing this, right?
Hello, sir.
So now, yeah, Kas, are you trying to say something?
Sir, what is the final beta and alpha here
Hello.
there?
Those alpha, beta, those are under development, like developing versions. So we will not use under development. We will just use final versions. Okay. Finals
Yes,
is like completed one.
yes, yes.
Okay. So and then Hibernate internally uses MySQL. Oh, internally uses JDBC. So we'll use we will need our MySQL connector. We have called MySQL connector. We will just go and get our version one and then copy the dependency and then paste the dependency. Okay. See, my Maven project is built now completely. So when I open this, we can see all these jar files imported automatically. If we were working with a normal project, we had to download all this on our own. But now see, because of the Maven, our life has become so easy. We can just copy and paste the dependency, and all the files are going to be downloaded on its own and imported on its own. So now everyone do this. Create a Maven project. Let me let me assign you all the name. Yeah. First create a database. Hello. First create a database. DB name goes to Hibernate first. Hibernate first. Number two. Create a project. The project name Hibernate first. Do this. Do this much. After this, number three, add HIBERNATE Hibernate core ORM dependency DEPENDENC1 and also add JDBC type 4 driver. Okay, everybody notice where to copy this dependency and add it. So do this much, everyone. Create a DB, create a Maven project, MAVEN Maven project. Okay, MAVEN Maven project. Done. Just tell me when it's done. Okay. So we have to add two dependency. One is Hibernate core, and other one is JDBC type 4 driver. Yeah, we have to create a new Maven project. New Maven project. Yeah,
Sir, new Maven project or new Java project?
new Maven project. Maven,
Uh,
because we want to download, because we need the dependencies to work with
no,
our
I mean to
Hibernate.
say
That's why we
in
need a
new,
Maven project.
I mean to say in new Hibernate
Uh,
project, in new Hibernate Java project, I need to create a main project, no?
uh,
Just
okay.
like,
What I did is, I just
just
click
like
on this one. Yeah, just like others. I just create a just a Maven project. Yeah. Uh, Sachin, you want to see how to create a new Maven project again? Hello. Okay. Yeah, Ajit.
Sir, please wait.
First,
Uh, I am trying to create this project, sir.
just take the screenshot of everyone. Those who are doing it, take the screenshot of this page. Yeah. Done? Done taking the screenshot? Yeah, okay. So, Sachin, first start with making our database. So, I've created a database. Let me delete it first. So, I will delete this. Okay. So, create a database with a name Hibernate first. Okay, I already have this, so that's why I've added Hibernate underscore first. Hibernate underscore first underscore one. So I'll create the database and I have copied the name of the database. Or we can copy it later also. That's okay. Now let me just delete this. So after creating the database, go to new, and then after going to new, write M-A-V-E-N Maven. So you will see these three options. So create a Maven project, create a simple project. Go to next, give artifact ID as form.py and
Yes, sir.
group ID as com.py, artifact ID as hello.
Sir, what we have to write in a Maven project for Hibernate dependencies, sir?
In Maven repository.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, in the paint, can you see Hibernate core? Just type Hibernate core, you will get it.
Sir,
Hibernate.
Hibernate
it
core.
shows the multiple dependencies.
Okay, sir. Hibernate core.
Okay. So everyone, just wait for a while. Okay. Yeah. So after creating this artifact ID finish, our project will be created. Yeah, this is the project which is created right now. Open the form.xml. Write DEPEN. Can everybody see my screen? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible
Yes,
to
sir.
everyone?
Visible, sir.
Okay. Okay. So after creating dependencies tag, I'll just go to my Maven repository. I'll go here. Okay. Now, so what will I type is? So what will I type is? I will type just HIBERNATE Hibernate C-O-R-E core. Hibernate core. Search. We will write Hibernate core over here. Okay, in Maven project, we will just give inside form.xml file, we will create dependencies, and inside dependencies, we have to add Hibernate core. So when we type Hibernate core, you can see all this, right? Like you are able to see this many. But we will need Hibernate ORM Hibernate core. Hibernate ORM Hibernate core. The first option. Click on this one. Then never work with alpha, beta, or Charlie versions. Okay, these are like you'll be working today and tomorrow it will be crashed because it will be converted to the final. So never do that. So always go with final versions only. So I have like 6.0.2, which is the final version and which has the highest number of users. So I will take that. I will just copy this. Copy. I will just copy this and then I will just paste it in my this one. Is everyone done with this one? Go to Maven repository and download it. Yeah, that's what. It's not that hard, and you should be able to do all this, okay? Because these are very important things. No matter how many projects you'll make, you will always have to download the dependency. And I want you all to be like able to do that all. Do this. Hibernate not showing. Uh, can you come to the mic? The guy who had a problem, Hibernate not showing. I didn't understood what you are trying to say. I haven't understood what you're trying to say. So it's Mahesh. Mahesh. Hello, Mahesh. Can you hear me? Okay, you search, but you're not. You can't find it. It's simple, man. Let me create a new tab. Just type MVNREPO. If you just type MVNREPO, it will open the MVN repository on the first page. Open this one, MVN repository. You will see all this over here in the search bar. Right, HIBERNATE Hibernate CORE. So the first option will open. Go to Hibernate core. Go to 6.0.2 final version because it has its final and then it has most number of users. Copy that. Copy the dependency. Copy it and then paste it in your form.xml file. So others who has done this, now again go to your Maven repository. Search for MySQL connector. Search for MySQL connector. So internally our Hibernate uses type 4 driver, so we'll use the same type 4 driver. Go to there. I have 8.0.26. I will download that and then I will paste it in my form.xml and then I will save it. I want to add this dependency also, MySQL connector dependency. So in Maven, I will go to MySQL connector /j for JDBC. So I want to get the dependency and just tell me when it's done. Done? Okay. Is there anyone who is facing any issue to copy this dependency and create the project? Okay. Which one in Maven? Uh, Version for Hibernate or version for JDBC? Purnima, do you want to download like for Hibernate version you're asking or for JDBC version you're asking? Hibernate, okay. So first type Hibernate core, CORE core. So Hibernate ORM Hibernate core. Excuse me. So we will need Hibernate ORM Hibernate core dependency. Did you got this, Puno? Purnima? Mhm. Yeah. So can you see this? So Hibernate ORM Hibernate core. This is the frame dependency that we will need. Okay. So can you see this? Hmm? This one, Hibernate ORM Hibernate core. This dependency we have to add, and the version is 6.0.2 final. This version 6.0.2. Do this, copy it, and paste it in ORM.xml. Okay. Now, now everyone pay a very good attention to your screen. Okay, pay a very good attention. So just follow what I'm trying to do over here. So now I'll go to the src file. Inside src folder, I will go to main. Inside main, I will go to resources. And inside resources, I will create a new folder. And the folder name is MEPA INF. Done. So I'll create a meta INF. Inside meta INF, I will create another file. I will create a new file. The file name is persistence persistence.xml. Finish. Inside persistence.xml, So it will show some error. Don't worry. I will add my persistent unit. What is the persistent unit? Persistent unit is nothing but it is the object which will not an object. It is it is a what do we call it? Uh, it is a helper tool which will help to create the establish. It will establish the connection between our program and our program and our what is it, database. We'll add both of the dependencies in the same dependencies tag. So each dependency will come with dependency opening and closing tag, and both of them should be one dependencies tag. Okay. So now I'll go to my MySQL. I'll copy my database name and copy it, and then uh, there is uh, there is a tag called property name equals to javax.persistent.jdbc URL. This is the URL which we give to connect with our database. So here I will give my database name. So I have pasted my database name, save, and then the second property name. So what were the three things we were giving in JDBC to connect with our database? What were the three things which we used to give to make a connection? It was URL, username, and password. Thank you, Eknath. Thank you. Okay, so we have given the URL, and then for the username, there is a value called root. So my username is root. In the password, the value is root. So this I'm going to share it to you now. Okay, copy. Everyone got the link? Go to the link, copy it. Everyone got the link, right? So go to the link, copy that persistent unit. Persistent unit. Yeah. So copy it. So if everyone has copied the persistent unit, now I will show you. I will write in which folder. Here, don't worry, that I'll show right now. You just copy the persistent unit, okay? So someone is asking it in the WhatsApp. Let me do that also. It's okay, Sachin. I just want you to copy that unit. I will show you. I will show it to you how to make it. Way to do it. Okay, you have already sent it. Yeah, yeah. Don't create a folder. No one create a folder. It's fine. Okay. I'll just. Yeah. Yes, Saurav. Thank you. Yeah, everyone who is not getting it from the code share. So there is like in WhatsApp. Yeah, it's already there. Okay. There is not fine. Delete. So everyone has created the copied the code, right? So everyone got the persistent unit code. What I want you all to do in your Maven project, M A V A N Maven project, there, there is a folder name SRC, just SRC, okay, just SRC, not SRC slash main slash Java. So inside SRC there will be folder main and Java. Inside main, there will be a folder called. Just let me check. I forgot the folder name. Okay, it will be main and test. So main and test. There will be two folders, main and test. Inside main, there will be Java folder, and other one will be resources folder. Resources folder. We have to go inside resources folder, create a new folder
Hello, sir.
called META, Meta INF.
Hello, sir.
Create this. Everyone, do do this. Everybody go to Everyone go to SRC, then main, then resource, then create this folder, meta.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I can't see
Hello.
resources and Java file inside the main.
Okay, so you cannot see Java and resources inside the main. Is there anyone
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
else
I
who
sir.
am
is
also.
having the same problem?
Yes, sir. I am also
Okay,
having
the
the same
people who are
problem.
having this problem. Okay, okay, okay. So the people who is having this problem. So for them there is also an solution for that too. Solution is okay. So you can see these folders, right? You can see SRC main and test.
Sir, only those folders we can see, but in between
You
those
can
folders,
see,
there is nothing.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Now click on right click, new and folder. So you should see this thing. Can you see this, everyone? Like who is having this problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now inside, when you click on the main, now you will see Java and resources. Can you all see this?
No, sir.
Inside main, yeah. No, no. Inside in this one, in this also you are not seeing this Java and
Yes,
resources.
sir, got it, sir.
Sir, how did you open the?
Yeah. When you. Mm-hmm.
How did you open it, sir?
Hello. To open this, we have to like click on main.
Yes,
There's
sir.
nothing inside the
Then,
main. So right
yes, sir.
click on main, go to new, and then folder. So you will come to this page. You will come to this dialog box. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're in this dialog box. Inside this, you will see Java and resources.
Yes, sir. But in resources, there is no any
And
subfolder, sir.
click on resource. Yeah, that we have to create. Right click.
Okay, sir.
So in resource, click on resources. Now give the meta-inf folder. I've already created it. So so just click on resources and give a folder name meta I hyphen inf. Write this folder name and just click finish. Done? Everybody done with this much?
Yes, sir.
Why specific folder name and why specific location? Because our Hibernate will internally go and call this persistent file to create the connection. If you give the file name wrong, it will show that no no meta-inf folder found like that. So to work with Hibernate, we will specifically need this meta-inf folder. Okay, so you have done creating the meta-inf folder, right? So now you can
Yes,
see a
sir.
meta-inf folder in this position inside this over here. Yeah. Now again go to
Yes,
the
sir.
same main. Now go to say main, new, and click on file now. Now we want to create a file. You can see something like this. Can you see this,
Yes,
Pawan?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now open this, and inside resources you will see meta-inf.
Yes, sir. I can see.
So everyone click on meta-inf and then give name as persistence persistence dot xml. Well, give this name and just finish it. I have already created, so it will not take for me. Everyone done with this? Inside meta-inf folder, we have to create persistent.xml file.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Done? Everybody done creating the persistent.xml file?
Sir, it's showing
Hello?
error in the. It's showing error, sir.
It is showing error in
Yeah,
line
yeah,
number one, sir.
it
There
will
is
show
nothing.
it will show error. Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry about that.
Sir, it's showing error in the.
Yeah, everybody is creating
Source
error.
code.
Everybody has created.
Yes, sir. Created.
Yeah, yeah. So everyone has done created persistent file. Okay. Now
Yes, sir.
open that persistent.xml, and inside that paste the code which I have just shared in code share. Paste it, and then save it. The error will be gone.
Yes, sir. Done.
Done. Everybody done with this?
Done, sir.
Is there anyone who is still doing? Is there any, is there anyone who is still facing any error, any problem? Okay. Yeah. Let's get here together. Those who have done it, copy your database name which you have created database. Uh, what is it? What? So line number 7, XML. What means XML? What is the meaning? Okay, let me see what is there in line number 7. Okay, this is the unit name. So, uh, sorrow, right? Yeah, sorrow. The unit name is like it's okay.
Sir, hello, sir. Screen has a stuck, sir.
चाय पी ले मंगा दें
अन्नू ग्रीन टी बच्चे
बचे हैं
बच्ची बच्ची इसमें वो तो काम कर रहे तो बेचारे
अन्नू इनके कहाँ फैलाई हो ऐसे फैलाई तो कब यहाँ मत फेंका कहाँ फैलाई
Guys, can you hear me? Hello.
Sir, screen is stuck, sir. So many times.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, there was some network issue. Now am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now audible.
Yeah. Okay. Can you all guys see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. What I was talking about is that so in one persistent unit file, persistent.xml, we can have like multiple units. Okay. And this is Abhi is like this Abhi is my name, so I have given Abhi. You can give any name. You can give your own name also. So I have given this because it will be easier for me to remember while calling this unit. Okay. So everyone pasted it. So everyone copied their database name.
Yes, sir.
So in this property URL, in the value, you just paste your database name over here at the end. Everyone verify the port number is correct or not, 3306, and then give your database name. After giving your database name, give your database username and give your database password. Done with this? Is there anyone who is getting some error or anything while doing it? Okay, Sachin, you have got error in pom.xml file for line number 8. Is it resolved? When you yeah.
No, sir. It
After
is not
you
resolved.
save it, then it will be gone.
No,
Not
sir. I
resolved.
saved it.
Okay.
No, I saved it, sir, but it is not. It's showing the same error.
It's not resolved. Okay. So if it's showing the same error, go to open your pom.xml file and then click on this run as button. Click on this run as and then do maven install. Do it.
Yes, got it, sir.
Yeah, the error is gone. Hello, Sachin.
Sir. Yeah, yeah, sir. Error is
Hmm?
gone. Error is gone, sir.
Okay,
It's been resolved.
okay,
Thank you.
okay, okay. After after you have done this, Sachin, now you have to go to your project and then update the Maven project and force update the project. You know how to update the project, right? So after you have done this one, go to project and then update Maven project. After after you are in this dialog box, click on force update and then OK. So it will apply all those changes which we got while we are building this project again. So if we don't do that, we will get any. We can there can be possibility of getting some error. So update the project. Okay. Everyone else, they're done with persistent.xml file, right? Configuring it, giving their. Uh, no, I was just telling it to Sachin because he was getting an error. Okay, so he was getting an error and he was just trying to solve it. If you are not getting any error, then you don't have to do it. Are you getting any error in your form.xml file in this line number 8 in dependency tag?
लाइन नंबर 1 में एरर आ रहा है सर.
लाइन नंबर 8 में एरर आ रहा है.
1 सर 1.
अच्छा, this guy, for the people who all are getting error in line number 8 in dependency tag over here, go to this run as, click on this. You will get the Maven install option. Okay, when you go to run as, it will show you the option Maven install. You just need to do that. Click on Maven install, click on OK, then wait for some time. Okay, then it will take some time to build this project. Do this. Those who are getting error, do this and just tell me when it's done. Done this? Hello?
Sir,
Yeah, Jit, tell me. Sir, not getting this console. Uh, go to run. Go to run as. Open your pom.xml file first. Open your pom.xml file. Then click on run as. You'll see this option, Maven install. Click on this. Click on this and then OK. This option will come.
meta in INF, sir. Can you explain, sir, what is
Yeah.
INF file, sir?
Meta-inf is just a folder. It's nothing. Actually, there's nothing to explain. Okay, it's just a folder. While we are running our Hibernate, we will just call the folder, and it will call the persistent.xml file inside the folder to establish the connection with our database. So that's all. That's all over there. There's nothing to explain there. It's just a simple folder with a specific name. So it will just go and call that name only. It's like creating a specific database. Done with this, guys, everyone? Those who are having error, done this?
Done, sir.
Yeah, then just go to project. Go to project over here. Yeah, Gopal, when you're getting an error in your pom.xml file, open your pom.xml file, okay? So you will get an error in line number 8. In this line, you are getting the error, line number 8, Gopal. Hello, Gopal. Are you getting your error in this line number 8?
Hello,
Yeah, Gopal.
sir. No, I'm
Yeah,
not
Gopal,
getting
I can hear you. Tell me.
in line number 8. Not getting error, sir. In file manager, there is pom.xml left side.
Okay, in pom.
Yes, yes, sir. Is there showing,
Here
sir,
you are
one?
getting an error.
Yeah, yes, sir. Error mark.
Okay. Are you getting it line number 1? Are you getting in line number 1?
Yes, sir.
Line number 1. Okay.
Getting line number 1 error.
Tell me when it's done, okay, Gopal.
Hello.
Yeah.
What to do, sir?
8:37. Hello, Gopal. Are you done with it?
Yes, sir. I copy
Are
all
you?
that.
Did you open your pom.xml file?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You copied this dependency. Is it? So after you are done with this, what I want you to do is click on this run as option. Run as.
Okay, sir.
So when you click on run as, you will see all these options. Okay, Maven, build this, build
Yes,
net,
sir. Yes,
and there is the like second last option, Maven install. Click
yes,
on
sir.
Maven install and then click on OK. Done. Then there will be something running in your console. Is it running?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Is running, sir.
Yeah, let it run. Okay. It will say some builds. It will say either success or it will say either failure.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Build success, sir.
Okay. After it's build success, now what I want you to do is go to project. So over here, can you see your project?
Yes, sir.
After search, there will be a go to project. Go to Maven project. Update Maven project.
Okay.
Update Maven project. Can you see that?
Yes,
Gopal?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Click on that.
Yes, sir. Click.
Yeah. So when you click on it, yeah, our folder will be already selected.
Yes, sir.
So now just click on force update.
Okay.
Click on force update and then click on OK. Yeah, it will build something will be running over here.
Yes, sir.
Is it running?
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Yeah, is it completed? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Is the
Thank you,
error
sir.
gone or is it still
Yes,
there?
sir. Error gone, sir.
No, Gopal, is okay. So now no one has any error, right? Everyone is done with their form.xml. Everyone has done their persistent.xml. And then everyone gave their database name, right? Everyone gave their database name, save their username, save their password. Okay. Now, now just now we are almost out of time. So I'll just show it. Okay, I'll just show how does it work. You all just know. observe what I'm doing. So I'm just going to create. Hey, this is not my new project. This is my old. Okay. So this is the new project that I created. So can you notice there is nothing inside my src main Java? I'll just create one package. For now, I'll give the package name as demo. DEMO, demo. Package name DEMO. In demo, I will give one class name called. What should be the class name? Tell me. Our favorite, I will give student only. STUDENT, student.
Student.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, student. Okay, what does student has? What all attributes does student have?
Just leave it as a main method.
Student has ID. Okay.
ID, name,
Private
classes.
ID. ID. Private string name. Okay. Email also. Okay. Private string email. Okay. Contact number.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Let's give a contact number also.
Private int.
Private int. Let us give string. Okay.
Sir, it's how it possible, sir. We have to take long, sir. Long data type for phone, sir. Phone number.
Okay. We will take long only. Long.
Yes,
Phone.
sir.
Done.
Then,
Now we'll create getter and setter methods. Everyone knows that how to create. So I'll just create a getter and setters. My getter setter is created. Now observe very carefully. Okay, observe very carefully. Everyone knows how to do this, but what I'm going to do now is very important. Okay, without this, our Hibernate will not work. So we will go. We will write. So to get getter and setter, we have a special method, like option only. When we go to just click on Alt and S, we'll open the source file. This source. In this source, we have generate getter and setter. So from there we can directly generate it. Now observe very carefully. Okay, observe very carefully. Sachin, observe very carefully. Okay, don't go for getter and setter right now. Now what I'm about to do is I will write at the rate ENTITY entity. At the rate ENTITY entity, control space. It will show entity from Jakarta.persistent package. I'll just import it. And then the second very important thing we have to do is I have to write at the rate ID. Jakarta.persistent. These two things. These two things are like some of the very important thing in Hibernate. Without this, our ORM framework will not understand which object to take as an entity. Okay. So what is an entity? Entity is nothing but a normal class. Entity is a normal class which our ORM framework, in our case, our Hibernate will consider as an object which has to be mapped with the database. So that's all. So entity is a normal class which our ORM framework will try to map with the database. Understood? And now what is ID? Other ID is that. So in all the relational database, we need a primary key, right? without primary key, our relational database doesn't work. So at the rate ID, will tell our ORM framework to make this table, like make this column with the name ID as a primary key. If we write this in front of our phone, our phone will be considered as an primary key. Okay? Yeah, that's all. Done. So everybody observe very carefully. Okay, now. So now I'll just go and create a new class called driver. Class driver. Driver. So don't do anything. Just concentrate on the screen. So inside main method. Now, what I want to do is everyone be very careful about the screen. Now there is something very special thing going to happen. I will write EMF, stands for Entity Manager Factory. Entity Manager is an interface, so we'll need someone else's help to create the object. So we'll create implementing class called Persistent. The Persistent has a method name called Create Entity Manager Factory. And inside this, I will give my unit name. Persistent unit name. Then, after getting the object of Entity Manager Factory, we will make the object of Entity Manager. Entity Manager equals to EMF dot create Entity Manager. That we will call ET. ET stands for Entity Transaction. Entity Transaction equals to EM dot get transaction. Done this. After this, so now as an ORM, we need an object. Okay, so we have an object like entity called student, and we want to save the details of the student in our database. So tell me, how can I give the value to the student? Like, how can I give the value to the student from this class? How to do it? Can anyone tell me how I can do that? Anyone guess how we'll send the data? That's the second step you said. What's your name? Yakub, you said the setters method. Setters method, that's the second step. First, we have to create the object of the class. Without creating the object, how can we call the setters method? Right? So now we will do student dot set ID. What is ID? ID, let's give it as 1. Student dot set name. Now, student dot set email. Student dot set phone. Student dot set phone. Okay. So this is the details we want to say. So everyone has the idea what I'm doing here. Yeah, we can use AutoWire, but that's the Spring concept, isn't it? @, AutoWire and component. That's using Spring Core concept. Let's not do that. So let's go with step by step so that everyone can build a very good foundation. Yeah. So now look carefully. Okay, look carefully. What I will do, I will call the begin method of entity transaction. What does begin will do is that it will now start the connection with the database, and then inside this we will call the persist method of entity manager. We will send the student object, and then after persisting we will just save it. Dot what So what will this method will do is that this method will save the student object to our database. Okay. So now look carefully. You can look carefully what will happen. Let me just run this. So see, can everyone notice over here what is happening in this line? In this line, where is it? Yeah. Oh. So in this line, what is happening is that automatically query to create a table has been given. Like create student table to query to create a table is written. So this line will create the student table, and it will give the column name, and it will set the integer data type, email as a varchar. Like as an email we have given string, so from string it will select varchar, and for name also string, so it will take varchar. And the phone, for the phone, as we know that we have given long, like for phone we give data type as long, so it will take big int, and then as because of the @id, it will take primary key as id. Done. And the second step, so it is going to use insert into student email name phone id and the values question mark question mark question mark question mark. But if you remember using JDBC, what is the type of this statement called? What is the name of this kind of statement called?
Placeholder.
Placeholders. And also, so placeholders are used in which kind of statements? The placeholders are used in which kind of statement?
Status
Is it
method,
used
sir.
in statement, or is it used in statement, or is it used in
Repeat
prepared
statement.
statement? Yeah, and prepared statement is a part of JDBC. So can you see internally our Hibernate is using JDBC to store the data? Like our JDBC is our Hibernate is internally using JDBC to store the data. So let's go to my database, Hibernate first /_1 visit. Let me call the okay. So inside this we have a table and student table. Let's run this table. So see, our data is stored. So, but the column name which I saved will not be in the same order. Okay, the column name will be saved in the form of alphabetical order. So E comes before N, so E is in front, and then N, and then P. And ID is a primary key, so it will be in the first. Now everyone understood this. So what is Entity Manager Factory? Is that Entity Manager Factory creates is used to invoke the persistent file, and then after invoking the persistent file, its other job is to give the object of entity manager. So entity manager, and the entity manager has the object which will manage the entity. So it will have remove method to remove the object, add method to add the object, find method to find the object, like that. Okay, and also merge method, merge method to update the object, and entity transaction. So we will need entity transaction when we are going to add the data into the database and remove the data from the database. Got it? An entity transistor. So when we are changing any data, like adding, deleting, updating the data inside our database, then we will need entity transaction. Okay. So that's all for today, guys. We will see this again tomorrow. So if you all can remember this, try this at home. See if you get successful or if you get any error, and we will look into that tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. See you all tomorrow.
Sir, show me that another folder I have to take screenshot.
Another. Okay, student.
Yes, sir.
Student, there is nothing in this. I'm just taking like. Okay. Sachin, are you there? Hello, Sachin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So writing @entity, why is it important? Okay, Sachin. So you were asking about how to create getter and setter. Did you got it? Okay. So yeah, @ID is important because our framework will work on entity, and then when we write @entity on top of class, then our framework will understand that this class has to be treated as an entity, and then
Sir, how many package you create today?